Hey guys, I'm Michael, and welcome back to the weekly What Sold video. If you're new here, my wife and I sell full-time on eBay, and we show you guys sort of how our processes go and what we sell. And on Mondays, like today, we show you guys what sold for us the previous week. So our hopes is that you guys see some things that you didn't know was worth any money, or if you're just interested in seeing what sells well, or if you're just wanting to start eBay and you have no clue what to buy, this is the perfect place for you to find some of the things that might sell well for you or some brand knowledge that you might not know about. So if you enjoy videos like that, subscribe because again, every single week on Monday, we go over a few sales from the previous week. This week, I have 25 items to show you guys, and we ended up selling about $6,500 last week. And we now have a link tree set up in the description. And if you go there, it shows you all of the supplies that we use and links to all the products that we use on a daily basis in our business, as well as it has links to our other social accounts that we just created like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And there's also a donate button in there in case you guys want to support the channel for showing some of these awesome items to flip online. So let's get into the financials for this past week, and then we'll get into the brands. All right, so here we are for our numbers for the week. We had an average sale price of $37.91, quantity sold of 174 items, and then we ended up selling $6,596 last week. So we are almost back to where we had been previously before Christmas. We got really lazy and just busy from Christmas till basically last week. And so our sales had declined, but we are picking them back up. So hopefully we'll break 7K next week. Sales tax collected by eBay redistributed to the states. This is a cost of $394 taken out of the $6,500. And then the shipping costs were $970 for last week, as well as final value fees of $798. And then our promoted listings, which we promote at 10% across the board for all listings, ended up being $499. And then our cost of goods was $1,261. And this number is just a rough estimate because we do the cash method of accounting and do not track individual item expenses for the sake of time. We don't have enough time on our hands to track every single thing, and counting wise, we're allowed to do cash method. So we just take averages, and our average cost of goods is typically $7.25. So we took 174 times 725, and that equals this number. So it's not an exact number of our cost of goods for the sold items that went out, but it is very close. I would assume it's within a $100 range of that number. So the profits after all of these expenses have been paid is $2,672. And if you divide that out by 7 days, that leaves us with $381 profit per day last week. All right, starting us off strong right out the gate is a rowback. If you don't know rowback, we've talked about it quite a bit on this channel. We're starting to find them actually more commonly now. As in commonly, I mean like we find one or two a month now instead of one every quarter. But yeah, rowback's a crazy brand. This item sold in 2 hours. I made a short about this item whenever it sold last week. So listed it 2 hours later, took a best offer of $95 plus shipping. All of our listings are plus shipping. So the price I'm telling you is that price plus shipping. That's how all of our items are in our store. Anyways, we sold 2 rowbacks last week. We had that one, the Azalea, which I had a viewer comment on a video on the short, and he said that this item was super rare, like they don't make it anymore, and it added value to the item because they don't make it and people wanted it because of the pattern. So this one actually sold for basically what they sell them for online, $95 plus shipping. That's how much rowback charges for their polos. I think they charge $98 plus shipping. So the fact that you could sell a used golf polo for the same price that they were selling them for from their own website is pretty nuts. So we have that one and then this star pattern one. So this one sold for the asking price of $71.12. So yeah, rowback is just a really good brand all around. If you ever find it, don't leave it. It just sells usually within a week. This one also sold within, I think, 2 weeks. So yeah, rowback's great. Grayson, another golf brand. This is a hoodie. This item ended up getting returned to us after we've sold it I think we sold this 3 months ago, and then it got returned to us, and then it just got relisted last week or the week before that, and priced it a little bit on the lower side than what the first sale went for because we're moving out of the cold weather, and I want to get this thing out of the store before it becomes less valuable or just not sellable because of the weather change. So listed this at $100, took an offer of $90, got it out, And hopefully this time it fits correctly on whoever purchased it and I don't have to see this item again. So I have a couple more examples of Graysons that sold last week, and all in different categories. Just wanted to show you that this brand is pretty good across the board. So Grayson's shorts, new with tags. These sold for $58.88 best offer. Really high sale price. If you're into the shorts stuff for men's, you know that this is a really high ask price for shorts. Usually the average sale price on shorts is like the lowest in all men's categories. So the used ones usually go for about 30 to 40 bucks, but it being new made it $58.88. So Grayson shorts, and then a new tags Grayson quarter zip. This was in the haul video. I think we paid $15 for this. It had a little defect, so we put new defects. This one ended up selling for $61.99, so 10% off of the ask price. And that sold within just a couple days. That sold, all of these sold within 5 days, I think. So those 3 sold in 5 days. And then this is the one that took a while to sell. So this has been listed for 5 or 6 months. Honestly, just priced it too high. It's just a normal Grayson polo with a little defect on the front, a little stain. But this one ended up selling for, I think, $30. So I took a best offer of $30 since it had been sitting for so long in the store. And yeah, so Grayson's great across the board. Polos, quarter zips, shorts, pants. They make just about everything whenever it comes to men's clothing. So be on the lookout for Grayson. Next, we have a pair of Allen Edmond Park Avenue. This is like their sneaker model of the Park Avenue. That if you're into shoes and you know Allen Edmonds, they make a dress shoey, like an actual dress shoe, Park Avenue, but this is the model that's more of a sneaker. So same name though, Park Avenue for the style. And paid, I believe, $6.99 for these at a Thrift Giant a couple months back. And so I took a best offer on these because they had been sitting for 2 or 3 months now, and took a best offer of $75 plus shipping. There really weren't that many comps to go off of whenever I listed these, so I just sort of priced them high and hoped that they sell. So taking best offer on that, not a big deal. Nice little flip. Allen Edmonds overall is okay. There's some models that are really good, and then there's some models that are just dead inventory. So just be looking up the model and the style codes on the inside so you can make sure you're not buying something that's going to not be able to sell. All right, APC jeans. These across the board have a 50% sell-through rate, but I think there's like 900 listed and 500 sold. So overall, not an amazing sell-through rate, but the average sale price is really high. Some can sell for $150 to $200, and then a lot of them sell, sub $100, just depending on what you have. These ones I took a best offer on of $77.16. These were the selvage. They had selvage on the inseam. So if you don't know what selvage is, it's this like red stitch. It's just this look right here. I don't know how to explain this look, but normal jeans, if you look at a pair, they don't have this going up the inseam on the inside. So selvage usually adds value, especially in like Levi's jeans and stuff. So these ones, obviously having the selvage added value whenever listing them. So when they went on the middle end of pricing, whenever it came to the average sale price for this brand. But this is the first time I've ever found APC. It's been listed for 3 to 4 months, and I don't really know a whole lot about the brand, but I know that it's a good brand to buy, so we bought them, and yeah, they did really well, so can't complain about finding a new brand like that for us, and yeah, so be on the lookout for APCs. Next item is a Patagonia. I wanted to put this in here because it's a new with tags Patagonia, but it's got a Salesforce logo on the back, and I wanted to show you that just didn't impact the value really at all. I mean, it obviously sold for less than it would without the logo, but still with the logo, the thing sold for $70 plus shipping. So if you see, even if this was used and you saw this, it still probably will sell for about 30 to 40 bucks with that logo on there used. So don't leave a Patagonia, nice jacket just because it's got a couple logos on it, because it still sells for decent money potentially. So just wanted to show that one in there for you. This is the Better sweater. Really good model. High sell-through rate on the Better sweater stuff. I think it's 200 or 300% right now since we are in the peak of winter or coming off of winter. So yeah, Frank and Eileen's the next one. Frank and Eileen's a crazy good brand. I think a lot of people know it by now. It's a woman's clothing line, but every once in a while, like every time I find Frank and Eileen, it's in the men's section. They actually put it in the men's rack. So I've found probably 5 to 10 of their button-up shirts and stuff in the men's section, and usually they're only a couple bucks because they just don't. The thrift stores don't know it. It's usually like $3-4, and this one sold for $70 plus ship. took a lower offer than typical just because this item actually was priced way too high whenever I comped it out. This is like from a year ago I found this item, and I guess I priced it like way up there. And so I probably listed it above $100, and the price has fallen over time from me like lowering prices. Anyways, long story short, ended up selling for $70 plus shipping, and it took again a year to sell, but this brand actually does sell quickly if you price it correctly and you take good photos and stuff like that. Usually it'll sell within 3 months. So be on the lookout for Frank and Eileen. Some of their stuff sells for $150 to $200, just generic like dresses and button-up shirts. We've sold one for $150 and it sold in like 2 days in the past. So Frank and Eileen's a great brand. Next one is a Pendleton wool jacket, new with tags. This is some new school stuff here. Got like 5 new tag Pendleton things at a thrift store by our house, and it was all relatively cheap, like under $10. I think I paid $10 for this one. And yeah, Pendleton, I usually would pass on this jacket if it was, since it's new school, I would usually pass on it, but it having a wool blend, I knew it would sell for something, because usually Pendleton with wool is pretty good. So I couldn't find any comps on this item or anything while I was in the thrift store, and ended up just, buying it and seeing if I could sell it. Got home, ended up finding a couple comps on it after I did a little more research on my computer, and it ended up selling within a week for $63 plus shipping. So not a bad sale at all. And yeah, so just be careful with the new school Pendleton stuff. I would say 50% of Pendleton sells really well, and then the other 50% is just dead inventory. Like their Hawaiian shirts, for example, are just dead inventory. They don't sell well at all. So next one's going to be this FootJoy. I threw this in here because I wanted to show you that sometimes there are some things like this Titleist patch that increase the value of FootJoy quite a bit. So this is a Tour Collection FootJoy quarter or half zip pullover, and it had a Titleist patch on the sleeve. So this ended up selling for a best offer of $67.30. And yeah, I mean, if this wasn't a Tour Collection and didn't have this Titleist patch, this would probably only sell for $35 plus shipping at most. But since it had those two things, it basically doubled the value. So, and also made the sell-through rate much higher, even with these flaws and stuff, still sold well. But yeah, made the sell-through rate better. So ended up selling again within this is within 2 months. So we listed this 2 months ago, but still sold. End of, going into warm weather. So glad to get this thing out before the price goes down even more. But yeah, so Christian Dior is the next one. Christian Dior, I know it's a designer brand and all that. My wife, Kendall, found this one at the thrift store and looked up some comps. She said it was good, so we picked it up. No clue how much we paid for this thing, but it ended up selling for a best offer of $60 plus ship. And yeah, so Christian Dior, we have found a couple of these style of coats, I believe, in the past month. And so I think we have another one that we need to get listed and get it out before the weather change. And yeah, we don't buy a lot of Christian Dior stuff, but apparently the coats do pretty well because this was listed just a couple weeks ago. So be on the lookout for Christian Dior trench coats like this. All right, next one is this Ted Baker blazer. We've just started getting into blazers the past few months, and it seems to be doing okay. They sit really long, but I don't mind because the price to buy them is really low, and the price to sell them for us is typically over $50. So really good margin on blazers for us. I don't really know the brands and stuff super well yet, but I've been picking up a few of these Ted Bakers, and I think this is the first one that has sold for us, maybe the second. So this one sold for $65, so best offer of $10 off. And yeah, I think it sat for about 3 months, 2 to 3 months, and it had a couple little holes and stuff in the sleeve and a little small one on the back. So still not a bad sale for having some flaws with the blazer, but just overall really cool and pretty, like a colorful blazer to pick up. So next one is a Masters Tech. This sold relatively quickly, within a month. Masters Tech is really good. The polyester materials are good. The cotton materials are horrible. So like whenever it comes to polos, don't ever pick up cotton polos. They just don't sell well anymore. But you can pick up the Masters Tech polos because those do pretty decently in the summer. And then whenever it comes to the Q-zips and stuff, I haven't really found a normal Masters quarter zip. It's usually the Masters Tech one, but so I don't know if like the quarter zips do bad in cotton, but I do know that the Masters Tech ones sell usually within a month if you price it right. So Masters Tech, great brand. overall, all categories. We always buy it if we find it. This one ended up selling for $62.86, so the ask price. Next item is a Charles Twite. I actually just listed this, I think. Yeah, or maybe not. No, this is a little older. This is about a 2-month-old item, 3-month-old item. I think I just listed another one the other day, but Charles Twite, I think I always spend underneath $10 for blazers just because that's my margin hit is spend under 10, like 10 or under, and then sell it for over 50. So that's like what I'm looking to do with blazers. So paid 10 or less for this item. Ended up taking a best offer of $57 plus ship. And yeah, I mean, Charles Twite is typically a horrible brand with like button ups and stuff like that. They just have slow sell-throughs and low margin on them. But the blazers seem to do okay. Again, I'm new to blazers, so I don't really know yet what's super good and what's super not. But Charles Twite sold for us, so I'll probably try it again and keep picking it up and seeing how it does. Scotty Vest. This is a brand that's been around for a while, but they make like vests and jackets, as well as like a few polos and stuff, but we never really find them. But they have like all these pockets inside of them. So they're like known for having all these crazy pockets and a ton of different pockets for travel and stuff. And so we have sold quite a bit of these over the past couple of years, probably 20 to 30 Scotty vests. And then this is a jacket, but the sleeves unzip and it turns into a vest. So the sleeves come off, turns into a vest. But these have in the past, like last year and the year before that, this exact item would sell within a week for almost $100, like $80 to $100. But the prices this year are a lot less than what they used to be. So I listed this for $58.88 and took a best offer of $50 plus shipping. Just listed this about 4 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago. So just wanted to get all of our winter stuff out that we're finding and listing and are already listed before it becomes summer, because then it's going to be very hard to sell something like this in the heat of summer or going into May. Next, we got a TaylorMade Rescue Hybrid, a little 16-degree hybrid. I do golf clubs every once in a while, but they're just really hard to find here, ones that are worth selling. So this one came from a Goodwill somewhere. I don't remember where, but a Goodwill. And I bought 4 different golf clubs there, and all of them have sold for, I think, $50 to $80 each. And this was the last one that I had from that bunch, and I picked that up. I picked all 4 of them up last month. And so, yeah, paid $1.99 per club. This one sold for the ask price of $46.44 plus shipping. Buyer paid $66 all in. And yeah, golf clubs are really good. I'm a golfer. I know a lot about the golf clubs, but I just never find good golf clubs. So yeah, whenever I do find them though, I pick them up. I've got the boxes and stuff to mail them out on standby. And yeah, they just don't pop up often. So next item is a pair of vintage silver tab Levi's. So the silver tab Levi's are really good. They sell across the board really well. Just silver tab. They all look different in certain ways. Like some of them, look like these tags just look different. Sorry. The tags just look different across the board. Like some of them, there's like 5 or 6 or more different tags that there can be in these. But yeah, so Levi's silver tab. I don't know a whole lot about Levi's. I don't know a whole lot about what sells well yet. I'm trying to learn that right now. Really, Kendall's doing research on the Levi's stuff and figuring out what sells well with their jeans. But we do know that silver tab does well. Obviously, Big E, vintage models do well. But we've sold a lot of silver tab jeans in the past month, so we just always buy them if we find them. And this sold for $50. So the ask price, $50.22. Next, we've got this Ralph Lauren 4XB color block button-up shirt. Really cool item. The colorway and the size helped the value quite a bit. I also think it's seersucker. Yeah, seersucker. So yeah, untucked fit, 4XB seersucker colorway or color blocked shirt. Just super cool. Ended up selling for $38.88 plus shipping, and it took about 3 months to sell, but I listed it high because there weren't really any comps on it in this size, and I tried to sell it for a lot of money and ended up selling for quite a good amount of money. So $38.88 for a Ralph Lauren like this is awesome. Next is Sitka. We have a pair of Sitka pants. So Sitka is a really good hunting brand. This is one of the lowest resale value things that they could make, just like a pair of generic pants. The camo stuff they have that's for hunting can go for $500 to $1,000 if you have certain models. It's almost the same degree as like a Canada Goose or an Arc'teryx whenever it comes to value. I would say Sitka honestly has things that are worth more than Arc'teryx stuff. So so Sitka, be on the lookout for it. I rarely find it ever in the thrift store, but it's one of those things that you can find on like at a garage sale or an estate sale, or someone selling it on Facebook Marketplace, and they might be selling it for $200, but the item's actually worth $500 or $600. And so you can flip things like that off of Marketplace if you save those searches and are looking for them. But yeah, Sitka, really cool brand. A really good brand whenever it comes to the price and the sell-through rate, just across the board, a great, crazy good brand. Next one's a pair of New Balance 990s. Not going to go over this too long, but the 990s do really well. They had a bunch of spots on here just from wear and tear from someone who had them, but it didn't really impact the value all that much. So anyways, these sold for the ask price of $39.82 plus shipping. And yeah, 990s USA made all do really well. And so we always pick them up, and we will keep doing that until they start falling off. So as of now, they are doing super well. Mizzen and Main new with tags, and it even had a little logo here. So a little company logo or whatever that is. Sold within like a week, I think, for $44.87. So even with the little company logo, still did really well. I think we paid $5.99 for this item. And it sold within a couple weeks. So we listed this 3 weeks ago, and it ended up selling, and yeah, can't complain. I was kind of worried about that logo, honestly, for a shirt like this, like a Mizzen and Main. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to sell, but it ended up doing just fine. So good to know on our part for the future if we have new with tag ones like this to not be scared of logos. Next is a nice geometric Peter Millar, little like fan blades as the pattern, and had a little logo on the front. Don't know what country club or company or whatever that is. But it ended up selling for the ask price of $40.72 plus shipping. Size 2XL, which is really good for Peter Millar. 2XL increases the sell-through rate. And we listed this 2 months ago. So not a bad sale. Love Peter Millar geometric stuff. We'll always sell it because it's just so cool. And yeah, we always pick up Peter Millar geometric stuff. Orvis, this is an interesting find. I haven't bought an Orvis item to resell in a long time. Just because I don't know what's good anymore with it. But these fishing vests have 100% sell-through rate. Just like a generic search of Orvis fishing vest has 100% sell-through rate. 500 listed, 500 sold. And so I picked this up for, I think, $3.99 or $4.99. And it ended up selling within just a couple weeks, or maybe even a week. And ended up selling for a best offer of $30 plus shipping. So really cool find. The prices aren't crazy on these things. Like there are a few that were, $100, but for the most part, they're sitting around, $20 to $40 plus shipping, but still good to know in case you see an Orvis fishing vest that it does okay. So that is all the stuff that that is the better items, or just some things that I handpicked out from our sales last week. Only 25 out of the 147 or whatever it was, 143, but if you enjoy videos like this, I do these every single Monday again, showing the previous sales, and I handpick out some items that I think are pretty cool and unique, or just, whatever it is. They sell really fast, they sell really high dollar, and so show you guys sort of what's working well for us whenever it comes to sourcing. And all right, so that's the end of the... All right, so that's the final item, and if you enjoy videos like this, I do these every single Monday again, going over the previous week's sales, just hand-picking out, so, around 20 to 30 things every week of things that I think are pretty cool, unique sales, fast sellers, high-dollar items. I'm also might do in the future like another separate video, once a week or once a month that is sort of like our bread and butter stuff. But as of right now, every Monday, a video goes live of us in our previous week's sales. So if you enjoy videos like this, subscribe, like, and then comment other video ideas, or if you have any questions, comment. We respond to every single comment that comes out. And again, all the links are in the description underneath the link tree for anything that you guys might need whenever it comes to supplies or getting on connected to the other socials. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys in the next one. And one more update is that the photo booth video will be coming out this week, either Wednesday or Friday. I have recorded everything. I'm editing it right now. And then we have a video coming out on Wednesday and then one coming out on Friday. And one of them will be an unboxing video of a wholesale deal that I did. And the other one is going to be the photo booth video and how to build it. So be on the lookout for those two videos, either Wednesday or Friday. And we will see you guys in the next one.